Boom, but I do want to sink their navy first. Just attach a wee stack there and let's try and get this one finished up. Right, that's a beautiful stack. I want you over here. Where is any crappy little stacks? Anything that's left behind I can take care of. Alright, good, good, good. No, not good. I'm being asked if I still have Fa La La Land in my music. No, YouTube keeps biting my balls about that one. They flag it up and say, yeah, you must prove that you have the right to use this music or else we're going to stick ads on your video and do this, that and the next to you. I think you get strikes on your account. Try to tell them that strikes are just a number, but there's only so many times I can chase them off with that. So I just removed Fa La La Land from my playlist to keep things simpler. Nice. Goodbye, Japan. Don't want your heavies, don't particularly want your lights either, just galleys. And with that, there should be no sizable navy that I have to take down over here anymore. The rest will really be concerns for Europe. So, let's get our massive amount of ships back there. And the 50 stack can stick around here. You never know when Japan's going to raise another one. Take your money, take your provinces. Most of it went to Korea, which is fine. However, why be satisfied with just that? We're going to break truce on Japan and wreck them once more. Now, 50 galleys is enough to blockade 62 base stacks worth of provinces. I hope that will be enough to really crush Japan in this regard. Well, no, what I'll do is I'll use the detach blockade button. Should be handy. Don't often put it to good enough work. Manpower growing ever so slightly. Probably not so much now that I'm chewing on attrition here. But that's a-okay. Hunj still not looking to be integrated, although one gift would sort that out. Mind you, gotta keep an eye on my Diplo power. Can't focus on it either. Well, whatever. This Japan war won't take long. Check Samtoy, I think they still have a colonist. They do not. Karuna does though. When it's finished, I will recall the colonist from there. Okay. Let's kind of get you together as a group and then just really split you up. So that I can ravage the Japanese countryside. Might be fairly inefficient, this way of splitting up. But who's keeping score? Riddle me that. Let's get our blockades in place. I said Japan will take 7 years, maybe it won't even take that. Jake, when will you kill the big green turd to the north of you? I think Russia is end boss. Struggling to think of Russia as anything other than end boss at this point in time. I'll get Pyongyang back to Korea quickly enough. Oh gee, how long have they been there? Quickly march. In fact, ain't got no time for girders. Whew. Jake, how many provinces do you have and how many are left to conquer? I probably have about half the provinces. Maybe less than half. Still a lot of work to be done. Tons of work to be done. Let's hope that Indian province doesn't fall. Don't think it did, it would have ticked by now. Split you into a bunch. Right. Leoxi. You are Manchu and Confucian. You've also given me no manpower, but that's because of local autonomy, which runs out in 10 years. So let's get a bit of manpower going there, because base tax only makes you harder to convert. Doesn't actually increase my manpower there, but it did double the base of it. It was a base 50, it became base more than 50. I think someone's right, I didn't detach a blockade in the first place. I just detached a damaged fleet. That just shows how quickly you can get Buddhist influences if you sorry, lost my train of thought there. If you've got a lot of animist provinces, just shows how quickly you can get Buddhist influences. Just got it twice in a few days. Alright, that should be you completely blockaded. I have my colonist back, so I'm going to abandon Samtoy, send another colonist, have it set up, and then recall him. Or her, or it. So yeah, Mutsu, all these places I've never heard of. Get out of my land. And why are you rising up there? Didn't think you'd have that much nationalism, but shows what I know about my subjects. Go on, the sooner all these fall, the better. Jake, you have free missionaries. Thanks for the heads up on all these things. It's very helpful because I'm not very good at following these things. Not good at multitasking, as I say. I wonder how Shitatsu's holiday home is going to be getting on. Now, they're fairly rambunctious people over here in New Zealand. So I'll send over 3,000 men to take care of those. Oh, wow, 10 Republican traditions, a bit harsh. Just take the stab hit. Those are just peasants. Because I can't get patriots in land that is my culture. Or something like that. People are once again trying to convince me to use the detach blockade button. Not a big fan of it. Not that I have any particularly good reason not to be a fan of it. Alright, so are the Japanese trying to make any more colonies? There's a question. They show up in red around here, but I'm not seeing them, so no. Alright, I think Jillian needs to join us. And that one potentially, although I should maybe start thinking about ripping into Lithuania. It'd probably be a no CB war. Could fabricate a claim war, but I mean it's only 2 stab to declare no CB. Get that war exhaustion down. I think I'll forget about annexing vassals until I can do the stability trick. Not stability, the religious unity trick. And if I get that either to 100 or 105, I'll be okay. I could use my calculator, but there is no time. Yeah, we are really hurting on dip. Is that worth stability? Some might say yes. Others might say no. Base revolt risk is still -2, but it will be intolerance gives it 2.5, so I will get a wee bit of revolt risk on anything that isn't animist. Since I have a lot of province. Oh, jeez. Give it a rest, guys. Alright, Russia's going for Nagai. Seems they've cleared up all their problems there. I think we're going to see Nagai removed from the map. Russia is a coalition target from Nagai and only Nagai. But Nagai hate me, so they deserve what's coming to them. It will cost 3,000 power to annex the Ottomans, although I could start it in 1706, which is, you know, end of this war. I've already gifted them up to the hilt, though. So I would have to wait a wee bit just to be able to do that. Can't subsidize them, can't get them in any other way. Of course, having the Ottomans around is really very handy for, well, just having an attack dog around here. Also, he doesn't really get revolt risk because he's so humanitarian. He gets amazing bonus to tolerance of heathens, and all of his land is heathen to him. I'm not even going to try to convert it. Well, because he can't. So it might be more beneficial to keep the Ottomans on my side rather than fight against them. Hunj in Ethiopia, though, they're doing nothing for me. It's just valuable animist land that would be better added to my empire. Jake, there's a province north of Korea. It is not sieged. Pegu's dealing with that. They don't take religious ideas. I thought Korea would. That'll be why they're not going to convert any of that garbage. Still, all this return territory will it will boost our relations, so I'll be able to integrate them quickly enough. Bit of admin power, always good. Right, well, I no longer need this policy that's given me 10% religious unity. The missionary strength is nice, but let's get that admin power coming back to us. So no more calculated display. Now I have the mission to achieve religious unity. Unfortunately, you can't just toggle on and off these policies at will. Once you take one, it's pinned to you for 5 years. For 10 years. So that's why I want this to either be at 95 or 90. Or 100. Either's fine. I could check and see what it would be like with my calculator when I annex Japan. I ain't got time for that. Got time for those peasants either. They can have their tax revolt, or I could just kill them. A few of these sieges are finishing up. No, 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 you stay right there. Ah, somebody's suggesting royal marriages. I forgot about that, since I am Republic. It also won't hurt. Oh, no, they're hostile towards me, so they won't accept it. I would need to get them up to 200 before I do that. I could get 10 more from improved relations. And they get minus... No, wouldn't be enough. Not on its own. I can't subsidize them either because I'm a subject nation. Salt crisis is hardly a crisis. Right, more people to deal with these rebs. No time. Gotta kill Rebs. Gotta kill them so fast. There should be plenty to deal with Japan now. That province to you, that province also to you, and I will take my fill as well. These two southern provinces should tip the balance. Dip rep advisor for the marriage. That won't be enough, I don't think. Speaking of which, how's my advisor thing? I've only got +1s here. Should be getting more. Nah, I do like that trade efficiency though. Nah, the advisors I have are too good. Damn them. Like how our entire corps just look down at their uniforms and go, oh man, it's looking a bit crap. I don't want to fight so hard anymore. Damn them indeed. Right, bit too much. Let's do a bit of calculating here. Don't really need Ichigo when I can have a 10%. That'll be troublesome for coring that province. That'll be troublesome for taking that one as well, but that's 100% there and right there. It's not that much overextension for me either, so I can set my sights elsewhere whilst I core these. A one. Oop. There's one problem with the macro. A 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. Religious unity, 92. So it's not going down fast enough. I need more provinces. Could happily royal marriage you, but there's absolutely no need to because you're already at maximum. You hate me, of course, but it's because they're considered a great power. They're getting points every month, so they're considered a great power. Jake, you should make sure the knights are the final boss. So I'm amazed they never got annexed during all that time. The Ottomans could have easily had them. Alright, Persia. Could go for you. I ain't got the stability for it, but who is keeping count? Oh right, we're overboard on overextension. We're going to be faced with a few horrible events. But that's alright, I can take those on the chin. Let's get all of you over there, and the rest of you over here. You guys are fine there. Still, that achieve religious unity taunts me ever so much. Jake, please check the Knights' rivals again. I know it includes Castile. Well, it is Castile. Enemy of Persia. Persia wants all of our provinces. It only gives them -11. Thank goodness they changed that. I still think it's a bit of a stupid mechanic, but... Alright, here come the bad events. To be honest, I probably shouldn't be converting if I want my religious unity to drop a bit. Annexing the rest of Japan should be enough to get it down just low enough. But who's to know? I really probably should get calculating, that's the thing. That's the frustrating thing. Well, whatever, time to employ the calculator. Have I got it up? I got it up here. See if I can bring it up here as well. Oh yeah, time for some mathematic fun. Get ready, this is where the real excitement starts. So, we currently... Oh, what should I get this wrong as well? pen and paper out too, because why not? We currently have 1,571.1 base tax. That includes all of our colonies. However, we have to subtract 2 from that, from our capital bonus, which is counted, and we have to subtract every single temple we have. I believe we only have temples. I don't think we have any cathedrals anywhere. It'll show up as blue if we do. We do not. So we've got to count our temples. Thankfully they made a ledger for this. Courthouses do not give me +1 tax. Do not try to fool me like that. Courthouses give -1 revolt risk and 10% tax. But this ledger does not count percentages, only base and provincial tax. Ugh, so I'll drink before I start counting these. Right. Be sure to yell at me if my maths is off here. It went fairly askew last time. So we use the ledger to check and see how many temples we have, because each temple adds 10 to it. We go to buildings, we go to overview, sort it by government, and then we count. Given the number of provinces I have, it's probably easier to count the ones that don't have temples, which means I need to check and see my total number of provinces. I believe there's an overview for that somewhere. Number of provinces for me. Ugh. It's a number lower than 351 but higher than 280. That's not useful. Do any of these show my number of provinces? Just admire the 2 Shitatsus. What a guy. Also the heir that made everything possible. 533 Shitsu the First. Good on you. Not holding my breath on this one. Wow, that income drop during the Ottoman times. If you quit to the main menu, you can see the number of provinces by reloading. I don't think that'll do me any harm. But if there was another ledger that actually had it, that would be helpful. No, it looks like I'm quitting the main menu then. I don't think this will reset anything. Oh, of course, the rebels break country tooltip. Thank you, but a bit too late for that. Still, we have 343 provinces. I really hope that counts my my colonies. We'll compare it to the rebel break tooltip. And Europa Universalis crashed. Huh. Oh well. We'll let it sink, and then open up my game and find that it's broken all my saves. Do, 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 do. Jake, Ryukyus don't deal in absolutes. More than 280 is pretty precise by their standards. Still, that's not very promising for for the amount of provinces that I still have to conquer, because there are tons of them in the world. I suppose I can pretty much write off the Americas. If I annex the overlords, then I won't have to deal with the colonial nations unless they manage to get free beforehand. Definitely going to be tight. Alright, the game is taking forever to sync. Again, I'm sure those of you watching this at a later date will just skip through, and then you'll try to click and see where to stop skipping. You still need about 2,500 base tax in the provinces. Well, we'll see. I might just be able to pull out a miracle, although I doubt it. Alright, sometimes it just brings up the... bringing up a whole load of nothing. Oh well. Brings up the launcher on its own sometimes. Ah, there we go. Frenchman himself. There are 1,249 land provinces in the game, huh? Well, it should be interesting. It's our long list of Naples tests for the aggressive expansion. And I'm almost taking up all of my save space on the cloud with these Iron Man saves. Not bad. But Europe is a big place. What in the world am I gonna do with them? But it looks also small. Right, well, we'll consume Japan, and then I'm gonna stick it into Europe really, really hard. Rip out Ukraine, and then probably just start curb stomping Austria. Because there ain't many princes left in the HRA. I should be able to disband it quite easily. Although it's the battles themselves which are going to cost me, because there are only so many troops I can assemble onto this one front. A lot of them need to be on rebel bashing duty. Yeah, Europe's going to be tricky. Well... tricky things need tricks, I suppose. I'll try and think something up. That minor inconvenience. Now where were we? We have 343 provinces. We'll double check it with the rebel screen. It claims I have 340 provinces, but since I have 3 colonies, I can probably safely go with the 343 we were quoted earlier, so we're going to roll with that. Then I count how many provinces do not have government buildings. Shouldn't be many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. Okay, 46. 343 minus 46 is 297. Sounds good to me. So the total base tax we have, not including temples, is 1,571.1 minus 299. Nice. So that's 1272.1. Stick that in our calculator. Am I getting some kind of glitch out below it? Oh, hold on. Ah, that looks slightly better. Right. 127.2.1. Our religious unity at the moment is 67.3. We don't take into account the modifiers, and ideally I want it a bit lower. I want it pretty close to 65, or rather 64.99. Unfortunately, it only gives religious unity to 1 decimal place, so that's not great.